Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome back. Welcome to the latest episode of Tholrosat. There have been quite a few updates since the last video. And I think I respect all of you enough to let you see me die on camera, because I'm pretty sure that that is what's going to happen today. So I've gone ahead and gotten myself all cute and made myself a cup of cafe chong, Vietnamese egg coffee, if you can see it. So it's my second time making that, and it's really good. You take an egg yolk and about 4 tablespoons of condensed milk, blend it up, and then pour it over a coffee. I was feeling really cozy this evening, so I thought that I would make some. So without further ado, let's get into what has happened since I started building a fortified entrance into the gem-studded room on the magma layer. Here, let me go down to it and I'll show you where I was. So basement level 129. You can see that I have a tavern down here with all of my magma forges and furnaces. And then over here, you'll see what is going to become yet another barracks and an arena where, if I survive, I'll be able to put cages with goblins and various beasts that I've trapped, and I'll be able to give my dwarves some target practice. And then just to the north of that is the actual barracks, and then we see a room here that is going to be the entrance down into this obsidian section that is studded with diamonds and valuable gems. So my goal really at the end of the last video was to start really making a push toward adamantine. And in probably the first hour or so that I was playing off camera, I had 6 forgotten beasts show up, as well as a minotaur. The 6 forgotten beasts were all pushovers, all 6 of them. They were all different. Let's see, one was made of flame. I'm going to go ahead and throw up some screenshots of those various beasts on screen for you to see. One was made of fire, and he burned most of the foliage in that cavern level, as well as one of my stockpiles. So he ended up killing some crundles and such that I had in cages. But then after the fire, he was actually really easy to kill. And then the very next forgotten beast after that was made of snow. So yeah, it was fun, but not particularly challenging. The minotaur, let me come on up to a higher level where I'm putting in a new royal chamber. The minotaur actually walked straight into a cage, and I put him in the throne room, or the new throne room that I'm currently constructing. So here's the upper cavern level, and you can see that it's all burned out. That was where my fiery forgotten beast turned up. He was right in here when I killed him. But if we go up a few levels, let me show you the royal chambers that I'm working on. Right here, boom, just a minotaur in a cage, because of course he walked directly into one. And then we have a gold throne, and everything else is still in progress. Now, going back up to the surface, so I took care of the forgotten beasts, the minotaur. I was working on fortifying that passageway leading to the adamantine, let's call it, the divine artifacts and any creatures that I might find lurking around there, along with all the water and the fire and the magma. And as I was doing that, I wasn't paying an awful lot of attention to the surface. And then I got a notification of my second siege. And you can see here, I believe he's actually the commander. We have some voracious cave crawlers. We have another battering ram. And what we can see at the moment is a number of maybe 10 or 15 goblins. But of course, the game auto pauses when there's a siege. We know it's going to be more than 15. And I don't have a good feeling about this, because as it stands right now, you can see that I have my main entrance protected by a moat, and I have a drawbridge that I can easily pull up, not a problem. But then I have this secondary area here with a farm, and the walls are only made of wood. There is no moat. There's no reinforcement there whatsoever. And I know that these goblins are going to come in and wreck me. So what I have done up to this point is I've made sure that my burrow area has been updated, like to reflect all the recent construction. And I do have, hold on. Oh, let me go back into the burrow here. And I just want to make sure everyone is assigned, although I do have a civilian alert, as you can see here at the bottom. So my civilians have been told to get out of the way. And at this time, I have my 2 archer squads assigned to a station. One is here, and the other one is over here. Okay, this is the more vulnerable position up here. And then I've got all of my siege equipment set to fire at will. So the next thing that I'm going to do is when I unpause, I'll give it a couple of seconds to get these dwarves indoors. And then I'm going to pull up the drawbridge. And then I've got to figure out my next move. Because I'm really not feeling good about this at this point. I have some cage traps set up outside, but not a lot. And, you can see that I have the siege equipment, I have the moat, but I really don't have much else in terms of defenses. So I'm not going to likely be able to just wait out the siege the way that we used to be able to do before the update in November. So I think I'm going to have to be proactive here with my archers on the defense, and then the other 3 squads either waiting for the goblins to break through or proactively coming out and meeting them head on. I'm not sure yet. So I just know that when I unpause this, it's going to get wild. So I wanted to make sure that I had explained everything and we've all got a good understanding of what's happening here on screen, because I imagine that I'm going to get wrecked pretty quickly. I assume, or I hope, that some dwarves will survive, but it's likely not going to be a great number of them, and it's going to probably be hard for me to go straight into my adamantine mining like I had planned. So let's see, what else can I do at this point before we unpause? I think what I'm going to do is take these 3 squads and get them up here. And then just preemptively, I think I've got some dogs here. And some of them are even war trained. I think I'm going to move the dogs up as well. And I don't know what else I can do to make this go any better for myself. I'm going to call this the wartime kennel. And I'm going to assign not my hunting dogs that are at posts, but simply all my war dogs. And I suppose the other untrained dogs as well. Giant eagle. He's down here, I think. Or, oh, no, he's over here. Okay, so maybe I'll add the giant eagle or get him closer to the fray, because I've got a good feeling that he's not going to be of much use to me where he's at on the opposite edge of the screen. So let's just get these dogs moving. I think that's all of them. And then I'll create another animal pen right here and add the giant eagle, just so that he can kind of help earn his keep, you know? Because I stole him from the elves ages ago and he's just been sitting around. So with all that said, and yep, I'm just rereading this notification here. So we have a skilled goblin spearman army. Luth Gallowsblood is the commander. Let me actually go back up and see. He is indeed the commander. I wonder if I should try to take him out first. What do you think? I don't know. But what I'm doing right now is getting all my dwarves inside. I have the civilian alert set. I have a few folks outside who were gathering things. I need to get them in safely and then pull up the drawbridge, and then we will see what happens after that. Here we go. Okay, so the cave crawlers are coming. I'm getting the ambush notification. Okay. And let's see. So my units are starting to show up. Just making sure my catapults are set to fire. Yeah, I'm really starting to question why I made this farm section out of wood and not some kind of fortified wall. Let's see. Okay, pausing again. I just want to get a sense of how many goblins there are. So let me think. If I select these two squads, not units, and six targets plus we have 41 targets. Hold on. I think I missed a couple up here. 52 targets. Whoops. So yeah, I don't feel so great about this. But let's see what happens. Let's see if I survive. And if not, well, at least there's the egg coffee. Speaking of which. Oh, notifications. Okay, half a dozen people dead already. I had over 130 dwarves starting out. And let's see what happens. What is going on, actually? Okay, they're in. How'd they get in? Did you guys happen to see? Oh, that's right. I didn't do the drawbridge. F in chat. Okay. Pull that lever with a quickness. Oops. And I'm going to go ahead and send the Holy Order of Defenders down here to kill these guys. Oh, confirm. Whoops. Okay. Goblins are toppling my statues for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Okay. I'm down to 111, 110 and counting. Seems to all be centered right here. Okay, that was 100% my fault though for not getting the drawbridge up. And as I'm looking, I can see that it still has not been pulled up. Okay. Just relocating some troops. Okay, down to 100 and going. What are the dogs doing? So the dogs are in here, and unexpectedly, it looks like the goblins have not broken through here yet, this wooden wall. What happened to the commander? Luth. He's inside. Okay, I'm setting my spearsman on him. I'm going to try to take him out just to be spiteful. Oh, this is not great. Okay, and at this point, oh God, not ideal. What I was going to say was I'm going to try to refill my ranks, even though anybody that I toss in at this point is not going to be well equipped or trained to do anything. But you know what? I have to try, right? And if this doesn't work out, then, well, we'll see. I don't want to. I don't want to be a doomsayer here and then wind up winning and everything is more or less okay. So let's just see how it goes. But I'm going to try to put more dwarves into my squads now so that I can at least give them directions. Glazers, weavers, they're expendable, right? Stonecrafter. Oh no. Oh, I've lost all my commanders. This is probably not great. My city guard is decimated. And wild that things were just okay 5 minutes ago. But honestly, that's what I get for not preparing better. The earthen spears, the crimson barbs. Yeah, I've lost all my commanders. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to move him over. My Gelder can join. Let's see, what else? And then should I move the dogs again? Is there any point? I mean, maybe. I'd rather have some help than none. Oof, 79, 76 and counting. Oh, I'm giga-wrecked. Mm. Destroying my gravestones on top of it all. Can you believe it? Okay, let's see what happens. Oh boy. Okay, so the Earthen Spears, it says, has no special orders, and I think that that means that their commander has at least been taken out. I'm just going to set them to killing the goblins that are on this floor. Yeah, if I survive this, this definitely means war. But wow, that's a big if. 46 and counting. Oh, mm, 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 mm. Okay, oof. So if I die, at least this would give me an opportunity to try to retake the fortress with a new group. Oh, they've killed my cave crocodiles and everything. That is so petty. 30 people left. How many invaders? Okay. Minotaur caged guest. I should let him out. Okay, so these guys are still outside. Oh, the drawbridge never did shut. There was nobody available to do it. No commanders. Woof. Terrible. I mean, once you start, once you start getting into dwarves with no tactical experience, no leadership experience, I mean, you've got a unit that's not going to be very effective. I don't know what I can do here at this point. I mean, they're still fighting. Got lots of dead dogs. I've got a dead cat. Down to 19 dwarves. Oof. Okay, and through it all, I still have these 4 guys here. Unnecessarily breaking down my wooden walls when they've already won. I mean, all right, I'm just going to drink this delicious coffee before it gets cold. Oh. At this point, should I just clear the civilian alert? I mean, is there a point? Editor's note. It was at this point in the recording that my lapel mic battery died, and I didn't realize it until I had completely finished with the video and was editing it in Shotcut. So this is just a quick summary of all of the things that I said in the last 10 minutes of the recording that you cannot hear. Essentially, my population went down from 14 to 7. And at that point, I decided to go ahead and retire the fortress. So I succumbed to the invasion, and I decided that this would give me an opportunity to show you another first for me. Because as it happens, I have never lost a game and then gone back in later to try to reclaim a fortress that I had previously lost. So I figure it'll be fun to do that in my next video. If I do successfully reclaim the fortress, then that'll give me a chance to continue with my original plan of mining adamantine. And additionally, I've been toying with the idea of also creating a sort of parallel playthrough, starting a new Embark in a new world with a different biome, and potentially this time enabling some mods instead of playing on vanilla. I'm thinking about enabling the Master Fork beta, which I really enjoy using. And then that would give you something potentially a lot different, you know, and a lot more maybe visually interesting to look at next time around. So, again, you can look forward to seeing me try to retake Tholrosat in the coming days and weeks, as well as hopefully also see a new playthrough starting in, I don't know, maybe a tundra biome or something interesting like that. So, thank you for watching. I hope that this was fun in spite of the technical issues that I faced this time around. And take care until next time. Bye bye.